Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course from New Earth One Network. This is designed exclusively for your higher self connection and embodiment.
Hello and welcome to our Karmic Impact Relief Masterclass. Boom, boom, we are here today. We're going to be peering deeply into the relationships of the celestial and cosmic energies behind daily happenings, circumstances, situations that you find yourself experiencing. We'll find out who, what is behind them, how to relate on a more intimate level with them, especially when you want to run away from them, and how to lessen the intensity of them when you feel energetically squeezed or even stuck in some kind of illusion, not moving forward. I'm Christel Hughes. I'm founder of Academy for the Soul, the online school for intuitive arts. That's where we take people who are considering, maybe I'm a little intuitive, I don't know, all the way to becoming an expert. And in fact, we launched them on the Academy Discovery Series, an international summit for featuring the brilliant experts. Yes, I am also a multidimensional intuitive. And as a multidimensional intuitive, many years ago, I had pretty much a lightning bolt awakening that rendered me in this space of being able to see holographically. For about 2 weeks, I couldn't drive. I couldn't do much of anything because I was seeing on a whole new level. And also I'm a visionary. So I've created a movement of awakening to serve our international community. That has been going on since about 2001. So I've been around a little while. Now, I'm also here with Sophie Bidard, who is passionate about finding and expressing the divine within. She is absolutely spectacular and brilliant, as she really is committed to offering breakthroughs, and she has this capacity to just crack open the densest knots, clearing away the heaviest emotional burdens. So you definitely want her in your back pocket. I'm glad that she's here with me today. Now, she also has a special gift, and she removed whole webs of these karmic entanglements and has the capacity to truly swipe out stuckness, anything that is in your way that goes very deep on multiple levels. Now, I've actually observed her doing her special gift, and let me tell you, I was awestruck. So she really stands for leading people into lightness, into flow, into connection at the highest vibrational levels. Now, also, Sophie is an Academy for the Soul master teacher. She's certified as an intuitive strategist. What I love about her, too, is her capacity to understand the mind. She is an NLP master practitioner, master energy healer, and she hosts the Rainbow Illumination Show on Academy for the Soul Radio. And we all know her at Academy as the expert in all things emotional. So Sophie Bidard, welcome.
Thank you, Christel. Thank you for welcoming me so beautifully. I'm delighted to be with you, to be with our audience today. And yes, this is a time, it is dedicated to karmic relief. So now that we're here, everyone, I invite you to relax and enjoy all that we have to share, to offer to you, share with you today.
Yes, thank you for that. Just getting us down, getting us centered. Yes, yes. So I want to share, for me, I really get a sense we're talking on this topic of karmic impact and also how to gain relief. And for me, as I look at karma, not that I've always looked at karma this way, okay, but really karma as the force moving grace into action, and that it's inspired by infinite intelligence. And for those of us that are committed to a life of spiritual advancement, self-development, done consciously, right, and ascension, to being a vessel of light, because if life situations and happenings are experienced now with this increase in intensity, each experience starts to feel almost like it's amplified somehow in its emotional impact. And we can feel that situation as some kind of confrontation. And we all know how we hate confrontation, but sometimes karma actually hits us when we least expect it. It's like a sideswipe, or it has us beside ourselves, literally. And that sometimes can have us be in this push-pull, right, between what's happening to our bodies, what's happening in life, and it's almost like we have to deal with situations in life instead of actually living life. And what does it mean to actually live life with karmic impacts? How does that occur? How do we actually maneuver and readjust our whole body being so that we are in the flow with it and we're accepting what is coming towards us? Now, we do acknowledge sometimes this is uplifting, right? And we have this energetic constitution to thrive on energy, stimulating our centers of our body and aura. But at other times, some kind of significant type of situation happens, and suddenly it takes a huge toll on the body. It really is felt deeply as an intrusion upon our aura. Now, we're going to share a little bit more about the specifics of this later, but really, karmic impact happened to us. So we can, if not monitored, slip into more of a victimization type of situation, even if that is about our spiritual quest, right? Trying to attain certain levels of intuition, capacities that we have for engaging and connecting with the divine. Even if it's about our purpose, our spiritual dharma, and moving forward. So we are always engaged in a dance, whether we're willing to dance or not, whether we know the dance steps or not, right? Sometimes it feels as if we're being kind of just flung around the dance floor in kind of a nightmarish type of situation. So we definitely need help and relief. Yes.
Yes, we do. And fortunately, we're here for that. So I want to begin with one question that is on the mind of many of you in the audience, which is whether there is any freedom at all in karma. And there are three components of karma, two of which are fixed, unalterable. And these are, the first is predeterminism, which is the result of past actions that shape the present moment. And the second is the unalterable future created by our present actions. Now, the third component of karma is presence, which is about the nature and the quality of our presence in the present moment. And this is where we have choice and where there is free will. Through presence, we experience the karma which results from the past with more or less acceptance, more or less wisdom, more or less grace. Christel, you mentioned karma is a force moving grace into action. Well, it is in this space of presence that this is possible. And in this way, we affect, through the quality and the nature of our presence, we affect the nature and the quality of the future that we create, which then becomes unalterable. So presence holds free will. Presence is actually the only part of karma which is free. And there is always freedom in presence, if only inner freedom, the freedom of how we respond and from which part of ourself. Is it from our ego, limited self, emotionally charged, conditioned by the past, maybe even living in the past? Or from our higher self, our divine self, our witness observer self, purely present in the moment? This is our choice.
I love that capacity to gain power in the moment of presence. And we know in our community there are many ways in which we can bring that level of presence now. We also are moving into understanding, though, the bindings of karma from the past. And we want to look deeply into that as well. So I love that you said, okay, from this moment forward, everyone, let's pay attention. Let's create space. Let's create a little bit of energetic, ethereal space in between a moment of action, thought and action, right? The thought comes in. How do we respond? How does that energy move us into action? What is the choice there? To remain in that presence a little bit longer than we normally would. Yes? And so then going into the bindings and really getting a sense that lives somewhere, right? The bindings of the karma actually as an infinite intelligence and a force is experienced in the energies and bodies and the aura. Can you share with us, Sophie, a little bit about how you have worked with the bindings, how they show up for you, what you've recognized?
Yes, absolutely. And the binding happens when we bring the past into our presence, right? And it ends up trapping us in loops and patterns that it seems like our karma is a never-ending repetition of the same over and over again. And I'd like to consider life as a bicycle ride. So in this bicycle ride, there will be downhills and uphills. Sometimes there's a steady, flat path. There will be turns left and right. Sometimes they can be wide and smooth. Sometimes they can be very sudden and extreme. There can be obstructions like a tree trunk in the middle of the road blocking the way, right? Now, imagine you're in an experience of an uphill. And this specific uphill gives you the opportunity to strengthen your muscles, to develop perseverance and endurance, to train your heart with your breathing, but also to practice awareness of yourself, pacing yourself, honoring yourself, and what your body needs, your whole being. Maybe you need a moment to pause, to drink water, to recollect your courage so that you can keep going. So this uphill, as demanding as it is a true opportunity for evolution. Of course, the downhills are exhilarating, but it is in the uphills that you grow and you discover, embrace, and develop resources that maybe you had no idea you had within you. So this uphill truly is a treasure. Now, imagine if you approach this uphill right now, this one, the way you approach it is if it is charged with all the experiences of uphills in the past, your experiences in this lifetime, but also in your past lives and generations before you. Imagine if your experience of this uphill is loaded with the energy, emotions, memories of all the uphills that you and your ancestors ever experienced before. All the times you fell off the bike and hurt yourself, that bring fear into your current experience of the uphill. All the times you gave up, you didn't go all the way, that bring shame and guilt and despair, and the belief that I'll never be able to do that. I don't have that in me. I'm not good enough. And these disempowering beliefs and emotions are depleting your strength, your courage in this present uphill. And we could make so many scenarios because there are so many experiences in the past that are loaded with an emotional charge, which turns this current uphill into a repetition of the past. You may even hear yourself think, this uphill is against me. Every time I go uphill, something bad happens. Uphills are bad news. Or the universe is always placing dangerous uphills on my path. You know what I mean with this metaphor, right? Now, we need to understand how it affects our presence. Again, the presence, which is the element of free will in our karma and the space in which the grace can come into action. And there are two effects. The first one is that as we are taken over by the imprints from the past, there is no space in our minds, in our hearts, even in the way our body reacts. We may be cringing, for example. There is no space to embrace the opportunity for evolution, for surpassing ourselves. So the past is robbing from us our present opportunity for growth. And we experience the uphill as a punishment, which is very often how karma is interpreted. And that is not only inaccurate, it is very disempowering. The second effect is that as our presence is loaded with the past, what do we create in the future? A repetition of the past. So where there was an opportunity for change, for growth, for evolution, and creating a future that is new, based on wisdom and grace that we bring in the present moment, we miss this opportunity. And we end up creating a future which is just bringing the past over and over again. And this is how our experience of karma turns into entrapment in loops and patterns that seem to be never ending. And this prevents us from accessing the freedom of presence with grace and to bring evolution here. And it results in an experience of karma drama, hating your karma, feeling like you are cursed, or your path, your journey is cursed, taking things personally, being in victim consciousness, maybe even a tendency to paranoia, feeling like the whole universe is against you. Maybe even believing the divine is punishing you. You know, this misconception of karma as retribution. So this is what I call karma drama. Because in truth, it is of our own creation, but it is not inherent to karma itself. It is not the nature of karma. It is how we navigate our karma and the quality of our presence. And as long as we are captured by these karmic entanglements, we can't seem to find the treasure in the uphill. Now, in this karma drama, there are two more perspectives that we need to consider. One is that there's a cumulative effect of these karmic entanglements, of being stuck in these loops and patterns of the past, so that in the long run, they lead us to feel unable to handle life, unable to handle the uphills, feeling inadequate, feeling unworthy. We may fall into despair, into shame, guilt, not to mention fear. The perspective of any uphill becomes terrifying. Shrinking ourselves, wanting to hide, beating ourselves up, and possibly coping through some sort of addiction to numb ourselves. So the uphills of life turn into a sliding slope that leads us down, down, down into ever more disempowerment and emotional distress and detrimental, destructive behaviors. The other perspective we need to bring here is that karma drama is so loud that it prevents us from receiving the guidance from our higher selves and the higher realms, this guidance that would lead us through a smoother experience of this bicycle ride. Then it becomes, without the guidance, it becomes riding the bicycle with a blindfold over your eyes. And this can make you hyper-vigilant, constantly on your guard. And even the nice, steady, flat portions of the ride may take you by surprise if there's a crack or a bump in the road that make you lose balance. Or every sudden turn that may lead you to spin off the road because you couldn't see it coming. And this state of being takes a significant toll on your nervous system. So with all that, you end up being at the mercy of your karma, totally missing on the opportunity for free will, ignoring or forgetting it even exists, this possibility. Your experience of life is that of being a puppet with an invisible hand moving you at their will, and you lose your sense of joy, of freedom, sovereignty, creativity. You're trapped in the beliefs and torments of being a puppet. So this just amplifies the karma drama, and it seems like there's no way out. Yes, let's take a breath through this. Now, Christel, now that we have identified what karma is and how it can turn into drama, even though it is not the essence of it, I want to ask you to clarify for us, what is it exactly that plays a primary role as a force for karma?
Thank you. Yes, and we have to pay attention here to the energy as a force. This is vibrational energy, and this is vibrational energy, again, that has momentum. It can be consistent, it can be inconsistent. It's a vibrational frequency that comes through, and we're all actually at the effect of this. I mean, it's really one of the greatest evolutionary impacts that you're going to ever have on your aura and then, deeply into your human body. We take this on in our lifetime. But what we're seeing that it comes from more of the who rather than the what plays the primary role. Who is playing out the delivery of the karmic vibrational wave? It's the planets. The lords of karma as vibrational constructs of the universe actually create a dynamic when you're born. And within that, think about having a snapshot taken. The moment that you're born, we're taking a snapshot of the cosmos. And we're starting to identify where the placement of the planets are. Certain times and frequencies that are impacting you in that moment actually can have people predict the vibrational expressions because each of the planets has a personality. each of the planets are known, and they actually have an experience in which the universe nudges them. This is who you're going to be for this child of mine. So we have the universe animating experiences with the use of the planets. And that way one can extract the lesson. One can extract the blessing. Do you see? So we start to recognize that we can get into a celestial dance with the planets and the divine, because the planets deliver the karmic experiences personally. Personally. As we start to recognize the planets as being in the celestial dance with the divine and being those that bestow the vibrational frequencies, we recognize that they also have constitutions. They have specific vibrational tendencies. They have their own behavioral patterns. Some planets are friends of yours. Some planets are foes. Now, it would benefit you to know which ones are friends of yours and which ones are foes, right? We want to know who our enemies are, if you will. Now, I'm bringing a little bit of lightheartedness to this as enemy because, again, we don't want to get stuck in that. We want to have a state of presence. We want to have an honorable perspective. This is how the universe has chosen to deliver grace and the vibrations of that. Sometimes we're going to think that that grace coming in actually doesn't have benefit because, again, as Sophie brought out, we're not paying attention, right? We're not paying attention. Who cares about the lesson? I'm in pain. Who cares about the lesson? She did this to me. Who cares about the lesson? He betrayed me. And we lose focus on what we're really here for. So this has been a divine setup for us. And so we have to align with that. Now, Sophie and I have found out a really cool way to do this, and we'll share about that later. But some of these planets are weak, and so therefore, if they're weak, we need to take some action to strengthen them. Some of the planets might be strong for you. Again, this depends on that snapshot taken at birth. It depends on the location of the planets when you were born and the placement in your chart. It also has to do with your current cycle that you're going through, or maybe a set cycle, or maybe this is an initiation period close to your birthday, and you're moving out of one period into the other, where the universe is saying, okay, I'm going to bring you an extra wave of infinite intelligence and grace to support you in answering your prayers. If you're not paying attention, that force of energy could feel like pressure. If you're paying attention and that force of energy feels like pressure, you're going to jump on that wave and you're going to ride it to the next level. Okay?
Yeah,
So,
I'd like to chime in, Christel. I want just a little chime to bring it here because, so I've mentioned that the experience of karma moving you like a puppet, well, it is your planets, your personal astrological configuration, the way the planets are organized in your personal sky, right, on your natal chart and on your current astrological chart. This is what forms the hand that animates you without your awareness, let alone your anticipation. So you are actually being a puppet of the planets and the stars, at the mercy of their placement, their motions, their shifts. And they move you unexpectedly, just like a string puppet is being manipulated by an invisible hand. And this is making you a celestial puppet.
Yes. And how does it feel to be a celestial puppet? Right? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
How empowered are you, right? And how exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but just know yourself as a celestial puppet and then try to be empowered, right?
Yeah.
But that's why we're bringing this out, because some of us,
Exactly.
you know, we have certain planetary debilitations, literally. We have debilitations. We need remedies for those. Now, we'll talk a little bit more about this. What we start to see is that sometimes when these waves of grace come as planetary vibrations, karmic being delivered, right? Karma being delivered. We don't want to feel the stress. We interpret some of that as stress. Now, sometimes the stress is, again, the energetic squeeze. And are you refusing to pay attention? Are you refusing to move? Are you refusing to make that phone call? Are you refusing to ask for help? What is it that you're meant to be presencing in that moment and doing? Because I know for myself, I've been very stubborn. I remember that I was having major issues with my body years and years ago. This was probably around 2006. And the Ayurvedic doctor that I went to, also the acupuncturist, said, you have to stop eating chicken. You cannot keep eating chicken. Like, your body is not breaking it down. In fact, it would be best if you don't eat any meat at all. Maybe fish, right? I loved chicken. I didn't care if it was impacting my health. I was like, screw that. I'm eating chicken. I love chicken. In fact, I was addicted to whatever chemicals they pumped into chicken, and I was eating it almost every day. I was so stubborn. But the vibrational frequencies that were coming through from the planets wanted to lift me up. Do you know, at the same time I was praying to be this light vessel for the divine, to be 100% accurate with my intuition, with clarity, with specificity, with certainty. What was impacting me and what was hitting me were the promptings of the divine to say, look, girl, if you want to go to this level, you have to give up the chemicals and the density that's in the chicken. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to, but I'm giving you the story for me. I was so stubborn, I was refusing. So what? I'd rather lay on my back for 2 hours and waste 2 hours in a day instead of paying attention and moving through, kind of what you were talking about, Sophie, with addiction. Addiction to sugar was another one of mine, right? I didn't want to give up, not the good chocolate. I wanted to eat the bad chocolate, you know? I want to eat the real, right? And it had to come to a place where it was like, oh my gosh, I've been pushed. My back's up against the wall. I have to stop this. This is ridiculous. I have to make a new choice. I have to align with it. I can't be saying I want one thing. Divine, please, please, please. Almost begging for that grace to come in to support me, because I knew my purpose and I wanted to be the best at doing that delivery of the divine's purpose through me. I wanted to be able to feel confident and comfortable and be able to express the purity of truth. And I couldn't do that when I was in disconnect with myself and with the universe. And so now we know we can ease that delivery of the karma, right? If someone would have explained this to me and said, look, you've been praying for this. The divine's trying to give it to you. It's even now impacting your health. Let's start to shift your power of choice. Then I could have done that and knowing the alternatives. And now I'm actually really engaged with the vibration of the frequencies of what I put into my body, because I know the power of maintaining alignment with the divine frequencies. It's not just a saying, it's a doing, it's a being in life, right? But traditionally, your mind is going to be distorted by karma. So we almost have to do this karmic distortion removal. And the mind can play tricks on you. The mind has you believing that you're abandoned by the divine when it's actually the divine grace behind the waves that the planet's sending down to you. And we are so blessed to understand how to actually ease the delivery of the karma and the intensity. Traditionally, you're going to be told, do chanting. You can chant the vibrational frequency of the planet that is causing the debilitation. You can also observe the day of the week. Like for me, on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are all about giving. Tuesdays are my day of selfless service, where I basically have sacred time where I don't work. I don't sell anything. I don't put things out there. It's more me being an offering to people, right? So observing the day of the week, knowing that, what is your day of the week? Also using the astrological remedies as gemstones, having the gemstones touching your body. You know, every single day I wear an amethyst and I wear it on a certain finger because I need to utilize that as a remedy for creativity. Also part of my karma was with children. So even though I've been pregnant twice in this lifetime, I've never been able to bring that to birth, bring them into the life. Right? So I wear that. Also, I wear an emerald for my health that actually supports strengthening the constitution. So we have these traditional ways. But when we think about the karmic rays that are coming down from the planets, I also want you to consider that almost like the intensity of the rays of the sun, right? We've all been in the rays of the sun beating down upon us. They can be gentle and warming, and we can be like, oh my gosh, I love it. Let me move over to that place where the rays of the sun are coming down. They inspire us, or they can be piercing. They can be sizzling. They can burn us, right? So we want to put ourselves into a situation where we can actually reduce the intensity of the rays. And that's what we're talking about with the remedies, because the rays and the intensity cause you to conform to specific situations. And if we can allow ourselves to say, wow, what do I need to do? What is the universe calling forth in this moment through my being, through my actions? Then we create space and time to adjust, to have a different perspective, to choose. So that's what Sophie was talking about. Bring choices into the situation. And that's what allows for the faith and the grace to enter in. Mm-hmm. So what we're really on about here is going to the next level of expression of energetic intention, to befriend all of the planets, to increase the level of intimacy with each one, right? To the highest expression of the embodiment of light. Now with that, Sophie, I'm wondering, as they take this in, can we start to do some intuitive readings? Because I think, yes, we really want to invite everyone to actually allow themselves to get a blessing today. You heard me talking about myself and how sometimes I was stubborn with the divine. Like I would be asking for something, but I wouldn't do what needed to be done in order to adjust to that. And some of you need support. Some of you are here because you recognize, you know, I want to open up my clairvoyance, and I've been asking and doing these things, but it hasn't happened yet. Well, are you in a dormancy cycle? How can we support you? What are the karmic entanglements there that are in your aura, that are blockages, that are bindings, that are not allowing you to, despite your cycle, allowing you to discover that it is happening just in a different way than you thought? really recognize this as the abundance and the prosperity and the answers for prayer. And allow yourself, we're going to have Sophie do some intuitive readings on the karmic entanglements. What are the karmic entanglements of celestial puppeteering attached to my aura? And you can, bring that down. What are the karmic entanglements? But we want to engage with you. There's something about this too, that when you are in relationship and in community, the beauty of this is that if you have something that is a debilitation in your own energy field because of your karmic cycle that you're in, you can borrow good karma from others. Did you guys know that? Right? You can actually be engaging and connecting with a partner, right, in partnership with someone where they actually have a heightened level of good karma at the moment. Yours might be waning a little bit, if you will. And so guess what? We share. So Sophie and I are sharing our karma with you right now. Do you see? If you're in a hellish type of situation, I mean down and out. I spoke with someone the other day, and she's friggin' down and out. It is on for her right now. Just when you think it's bad, it got worse. Right? Some of you on this call are feeling that. And we're here to help you. I want you to not only understand what is going on, but to recognize there's a higher level now in which we can be of service to you and support you. Okay? So, yeah, where are those karmic entanglements, right? Okay? Okay, beautiful. All right. So let's go ahead now. And Sophie's going to be answering these, and we're going to roll through them. So we're going to be very specific, okay? All right, we're going to PA 7358. Hello there. Who is this?
Hi, my name is Sue. Hello, Christel. Hello, Sophia.
Hi, Sue.
Hello, Sue. Welcome.
Thank you for taking.
You ready?
I guess I am.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
What are my karmic and it's right now with my celestial aura?
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah, I get it. I got it. Okay. So it's wrapped up around your power center. Imagine like a fishing net wrapped up that has been thrown around your power center and grabbing your power center and puppeting you through the power center. That's where it's attached, and it's like I'm seeing you being moved left and right and up and down through the power center. So instead of you being in your power and your power being actually your power is robbed from you and is being used to manipulate you and to take you wherever this puppeting hand, right, of the planets and of karma wants to take you. And so that's how it operates for you and where it is placed for you, Sue.
And I'm getting to powerlessness is the vibrational frequency there. So you have to look at this. If we're looking at the karmic impact of powerlessness, what is the thing that the universe is trying to have you do? Step into your power, right? Step up to accept the power of your light, the power of your wisdom, the power of your knowing, the power of your connection, right? Okay. So
reclaiming. Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay,
yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, here we go. Next up, Jennifer, web call. Going to unmute you. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, we
Jennifer.
can hear you. Yay.
I would love a reading on my karma, please.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's showing in a funny way. At least, well, there's a French expression, pulling someone by the tip of the nose, I don't know if you have an English expression to this. It's like when you're grabbing someone by the tip of the nose and you can just take them wherever you want, right? And that's the way it's showing for you, how it's grabbing you at the tip of the nose, which means it's possessing you right there. The nose is right there in the middle of your face, right? And you cannot not see it. So it's in a way that you cannot not see. And it's just taking you over and walking you wherever it wants, left, right, in this way of pulling you by the tip of the nose. That's how it presents for you, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm. And the lack of control of self.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to look at this, Jennifer. Who's manipulating you? Who tries to control you? What are the situations where you have felt a lack of control? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
You.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're going to go to Sierra Vista, Arizona, 9217. Unmuting you. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Christy. I would
Hi,
love
Christy.
a reading on my karma.
Yeah. All right. All right. So for you, Christy, it's like a belt around the hips, and imagine a belt kind of also like what cowboys use, this rope, and they grab the cow and then they will get the cow to go where the cowboys wants to, right? And this belt is used in the same way as the rope to grab you and to take you wherever it wants to go. And it really prevents you from either staying where you want to stay, where you want to be, or to go wherever you want. Like there's no freedom of movement and freedom of placement in that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a
helplessness
lasso.
and and helplessness and desperation came up for you.
Yeah.
So again, if you really start to look at, right, we're doing these readings so that you guys know that as we go in and we start to share with you the way to actually address these issues, you're going to be able to, wow, this is my intention, right? So if you weren't helpless, what would you be? If you weren't desperate, right, what would you be? Okay, so really start to think about and bring the possibility of you coming out of that, right? Because we're going to share with you how to come out of that, okay?
Okay, yes, that would be beautiful. Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Thank you, Christy.
Blessings. Okay, we're going to go to Carrie Michelle, Riverside, and that is 0332. Hello there.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to say it's been really beautiful the way you've been explaining this. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
And
for being with us.
yeah, thank you. And I'm curious if you could give me a reading around being in physical living community, like in-person living in a community, because it feels like major karma has come up over that to really get me prepared.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing is how the karmic entanglements are wrapped up around your heart like a ball. Like you can use some kind of a net to carry a ball, a football, or but this is wrapped around your heart center and pulling your heart in some direction or another, that the desires of your heart, they are being distorted and filtered out, and you are being moved in directions, your heart is being moved in directions that is not your heart's desires and choices.
Thank you.
One of the things that I'm recognizing for you is that you have a tendency to draw in people that don't understand your level of sensitivity. They can actually be insensitive to your desires and to the actual, like, brilliant goals that the divine has for you. The other thing that comes through for you is really how much of a visionary you are, right? And you have to make sure that the people around you accept the vision and are on board with the vision, okay? Otherwise, they're going to turn against you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Many blessings.
Blessings.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Melanie Wu. Hello, beautiful. I'm muting you. Hi, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Sophie.
Thank you so much for this. What are the karmic entanglements of celestial puppeteering attached to my aura?
Yeah, going straight to your throat. It's like there's in the front of your throat, as if there would be a handle. I'm seeing like a handle, like for a suitcase, but it's being placed there on the throat, and so that these karmic entanglements are grabbing you by the throat and directing in which direction your expression, your verbal expression, but more ultimately your expression of truth through your energy, through your presence, through your life. In what direction does it go? So it's no longer your truth, it's no longer your freedom of expression. It's being manipulated. Your expression is being manipulated in that way.
Wow. Melanie, what I got for you is you have to watch out for intimidation and think about personas that feel intimidated, get easily intimidated. There's almost like an overarching dark cloud that can come in a split second, like it comes over you, and suddenly you're like in the storm of intimidation. Now, again, look at the other side of that as you do the integration on that one who gets easily intimidated, or life intimidates you. Right? Like just your bigness can intimidate your small self. Do you see? Okay. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're rolling along now. Josephine. Hi. Web call. Unmuting you. Hello, hello.
Hello, Josephine.
Sophie, good afternoon. How are you all?
Welcome. Very good. Wonderful.
So my question is, or what I'd like you to work with me on is my clairs are on board and my gift of channeling I know is available. So what is it that's stopping me? What karmic entanglement stop me from being fully
okay. There's something going on with your root chakra. There's some entanglement that's wrapped up around the end of your spine about it's not safe. I'm not safe using my clairs. It's not safe, and it's just I'm sensing that just the evocation of them brings an imprisonment of your root chakra, and it puts pressure on your root chakra, and then it brings doubt, and then it brings all sorts of questioning and reasons to not go there in order to not be unsafe.
Yes, Christel told me about this previously, and I've been gradually working on it. I thought I was much by now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You're coming out of it, but there's a piece of this that I think is really good. Your higher self is talking about the impact of disillusionment, right? Like you've been disillusioned in the past. So you have to watch out for not necessarily the doubt in yourself, but the doubt in the promises right? It's like someone painting this picture for you of what it's going to be like, and you taking it so literally, right? Like when we talk about a new earth, are we talking about literally blasting out our planet and creating a new earth? Or when we talk about a new earth, are we talking about different experiences and frequencies and vibrations and dimensional support that comes down that is open from portals? So, what is your mind creating as this illusion? Someone else promised me this, but I'm only experiencing that. Okay? So I want you to kind of work on that persona that is the disillusioned one, and that has had the doubt in other people and the disappointment in your life, in yourself, in your experience of life. Okay?
Perfect. Yes, that makes great sense, Christel. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's continue on. St. Cloud, MN 7341. Hello there.
Hi, ladies. This is Michelle.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Hey, welcome.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much. I'm wondering what my karmic entanglements are.
So let's see where they are attached in your aura, Michelle. All right, I'm seeing around your wrists like like a prisoner's chain and ball. Sometimes it's more shown to the ankles, but it can be around the wrists. So chaining around your wrists and preventing you from having free movement of your hands, both hands, both wrists. So both ways on your limited freedom of receiving, limited freedom of giving, taking action, creating in the sense of doing the creation. So that's where it's showing up for you.
Okay.
Michelle.
And I'm getting some kind of feeling inhibited in some way, right? So when we look at that feeling inhibited, what is the projection? What's inhibiting you, right? Because there's an illusion of it being outside of yourself. Okay? So really consider that. And then if you weren't inhibited, right? What would you be doing? And where would you be going? And how would you be sharing? And what would you be creating?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we're going to Mystic Denise. Hello there.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes. Hello, Denise.
Oh, it's so
Hi,
nice
Denise.
to talk to you. I had a phone call in court.
Yay.
So, where are the karmic entanglements of celestial puppeteering attached in my aura? I have a feeling after this morning.
They're grabbing the back of your heart. So placed around the back of your heart, around the spine and in that area, and pulling you backwards and pulling you backwards from the back of the heart, pulling your heart backwards.
I couldn't have described it better myself.
There we go.
How I feel.
Okay. Yeah. And Denise, what I would love for you to work on is because what I was sensing is there's a tendency for attracting others that are vindictive. And that was the specific word that your higher self used, vindictive. So it's this sense of becoming free of those types of experiences where someone would be vindictive, could be. It doesn't matter if anything was done or if they even know you. They might not even like your sound of your voice or how you carry yourself. It doesn't matter, right? There's that tendency to draw that in. And then an attacking type of thing from these vindictive, angry is, anger is the emotion, okay? Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do is, I want you to do a beautiful, almost like a little ritual of love and acceptance where you're sending your own heart this beautiful light and love and acceptance, and almost imagine that that's going out in ripple effects, like little ripples, touching everyone that has that anger pattern and vindictiveness, okay? Almost like you're just getting on the grid and, as I like to say, zapping them, but in a more gentle kind of way, okay?
I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Blessings.
Great show.
Thank you.
Okay. On the phone, we're going to Durango, Colorado now, and that is 6952. Hello.
Aloha. This is also Melanie.
Aloha. Hi,
Aloha, Melanie. Welcome.
Thank you so much for what you're offering, and I would be delighted and blessed to receive a reading. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Again, there's this image of the rope, the cowboy rope, but it's grabbing you around the knees, and imagine this rope captures your knees and gives a big pull and gets you down on your knees, gets you literally on the floor on your knees. Now, when we say I'm on my knees, well, it can be that you're on your knees praying, but it's more that you're on your knees and you're on the floor, you're desperate, you can't move, and you've been put down, right? That's how it's showing up.
Yeah.
Wow, been put down, right?
Yeah.
It's a sense of almost despair.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the emotion.
Yeah.
It's an experience of other people having command over you, not just control, having command over you. So I want you to think about authority, dictatorship, right? People that are spiteful. Okay, let's start to shift that. And if you could really start to claim your own superiority, and I don't mean that in a haughty way, like, vain way, but you are superior vibrationally, let yourself accept that and bring that in and honor it and value it. Okay?
Thank you very much. I can't tell you guys how accurate you are.
Thank you, Melanie.
Good job. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the cue box a little bit here. Yes. Okay, Edith from New York. Are you taking questions? Yes, we are. Where are the karmic entanglements? All right, let's go, Sophie. For Enid.
What's the name? Ina?
E-N-I-D.
Enid. Okay, I'll say Enid. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Grabbing your throat on the left side, as if a hand was grabbing you there, grabbing your neck, your throat on the left side and pulling you on the left side. Yeah, getting you out of your path. It's more a matter of getting you out of your path, out of your truth, out of your expression. It's also disturbing your ear, your receiving over there. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, going to France, Josiane. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Josiane.
Yes, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
If I hear your French. Okay, Josiane. Okay.
Yes.
Tuning in with you, Josiane. Okay, wrapped around the waist, like, well, it would be a very, very mini skirt, but that's how it's showing up around the waist and really tightly. It's broad enough to almost make a mini skirt, a very mini skirt, And because of the width, it has a strong hold, and it also puts pressure and it's on that area, so that it limits your ability to move your legs and to move forward or wherever to move. It just holds you in place where you are.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren from Calgary.
Lauren, okay. Tuning in with you, Lauren. Okay, wrapped around the throat, your throat, the front of your throat, and grabbing the breathing, the kind of the pipes for breathing, esophagus, is it how it's called? And it's almost choking you. It's restricting, obstructing your breathing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of victimization there.
Yeah, yeah. Being choked by the intensity of this victimization. Yeah, of this grabbing, something grabbing you.
Okay, next we go to Phoenix. It says Oregon. Wade. Okay, tuning in with you, Wade. So for you, Wade, it's wrapped around the lower part of your face as a mask would in front of your mouth, and it's really wrapped around the upper part of your neck and your mouth, and it's really preventing you from speaking up, from expressing freely, from having anything coming out of your mouth. Yeah, literally like not having the will to be able to express. Yeah, yeah. It's like the will's taken out. You don't have a choice. Yeah. Okay, next up is Francis from New Zealand. Hello, Sophie and Christel. Thank you for taking this question. Could you read and tell me where my karmic entanglements are and what I can do to step into my power? Thank you very much. Yeah, Francis, thank you. Tuning in with you, Francis. Okay. Going to your power center. It's grabbing your power center in kind of a magnetic way. It's kind of stucking itself there on the front of your power center, and then kind of sucking, pulling, magnetizing, and sucking out your power. That was fascinating with the whole magnetizing thing. Yeah. Right? Because, you know, what I'm sensing is it's almost like a powerlessness, but this experience where that energy is so far away, like it's despondent. And there's suffering there as well that I would have you work on. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, everyone. All right, so don't worry. Stay positive, okay, because we're going to be doing some more of these, right? Sophie's a rock star, as you can tell. But we would love to start to have you take a look at what we're doing to actually allow yourself, again, the remedy to these astrological debilitations, how we can start to release the impact, release the intensity of that. Again, going beyond just this idea of, oh, wow, this is cool. I learned a lot. What do you need to do, the action that you want to take? We know that a lot of times we have heard that karma is created by action, but did you know that karma can be cleared by action, by taking action? So I want to invite you to the Body of Light Planetary Karma Clearing Workshop. Some of you, I saw you've already purchased this. Okay? Others, we would love to welcome you in. We already have this glorious container set up. This really is about the journey that you're going to be taking with the two of us. And we'll explain a little bit of that now. academyforthesoul.com Body of Light workshop. Otherwise, on the webpage, you can click the button. But I want you to really get a sense of what we're offering here, because I think this goes beyond anything that we've done before. Obviously, to have Sophie and myself working collectively with your higher self and your whole Wise One team, and also your connections. We've already engaged the planets. We've gotten permission, if you will, to actually do this. And what we're talking about is actually becoming a body of light being. And imagine that if you cleared the karmic entanglements of old and you actually embodied this vibrational transmission that was inclusive with the planets from your aura, that you actually became a friend. We are calling that being a celestial ambassador. Imagine if you were welcomed into the celestial family with open arms. So in this workshop, there's so much that we're going to be doing, but also, again, we are leveraging the power of the doing because we are assigning it to remove specific karmic frequencies, reducing the intensity and starting to open up. And there's certain beautiful beings that are here to help us. Now, Sophie, would you like to share a little bit about your part of what you are sharing with people on this journey?
Absolutely, because we are going to start our workshop together. First, we need to get you off the hook of being a puppet of the celestial bodies, right? Of this being at the mercy of their motions and shifts. So, and you need a clean slate in your relationships with the planets and the stars, a total reset to eradicate the effects of the distortions of the loaded bias, connotations, judgments, expectations, misinterpretations rooted in the past and deteriorating your present moment perception. So we're going to do that together in 2 steps. First, we will systematically clear the karmic entanglements of celestial puppeteering in your aura. That's the readings that we just did, right? In your aura, in your past timeline, in your genealogical maternal line, and your genealogical paternal line. This is the combination of these 4 is how they hold you trapped in a stress web weaved through the 3 timelines and attached to your aura. The way it's attached to your aura is how it impacts you in this incarnation. So for each of these 3 timelines, past timeline, genealogical, maternal, and paternal, you'll be guided and supported to get to the point of origin where these karmic entanglements were created, to collect the pearls of wisdom, which are karmic lessons. These are essential for your soul's evolution. And because they were missed back then, the karmic entanglements were created. Now we need you to retrieve and collect these precious treasures of wisdom. And once it's done, it allows to clear the residue all along the timeline and then to flow pure light of the great central sun to heal, nourish, and restore the natural flow. And we're clearing, after we've cleared in your aura, we do this one by one for each of your 3 lines, and we do that in the safe, sacred space of the crystalline chamber of light with an orb of truth for wisdom, revelation, and recollection, and in close collaboration with the Lipika. The Lipika, they are the scribes of karma, who guide and support our work to access karmic insights with clarity. So through this very deep liberation work, right, liberating you from the karmic entanglements of celestial puppeteering, in addition to the relief and the liberation You are setting yourself on a whole new higher vibrational trajectory with all the treasures of wisdom that you will have retrieved, collected, and integrated. So that's our first step together. Second step, you need to reset your connections with each of the core celestial beings. The sun, the moon, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury, as well as the North Node, Rahu, and the South Node, Ketu. 12 core celestial beings. And the thing is here, your current connections and relationships are loaded with these celestial beings, are loaded with history, connotations, imprints, karmic tags, and energetic residue that all belong to the past and that distort your present relationship and prevent you from creating new high vibrational connections. So what we're going to do is we will systematically clear the karmic tags and past energetic load in each connection for a clean slate. We'll literally unweave the old paradigm of distorted connection. And we'll do that with an orb of grace by tapping into the transmutational quality of the grace light to swiftly reset each of your 12 core connections. And with that, you'll be ready to connect intimately with the planets and the stars in a new high vibrational way. You'll be ready to weave a whole new paradigm of graceful connection. You'll be ready to embrace your body of light. You'll be no longer a puppet. You'll be ready to enter the celestial dance. And that's the second part of our workshop in which Christel will be leading you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my goodness. So imagine that, doing the clearing, really calling forth the orb of truth, being in the wisdom for revelation, and to remember, right, the recollection of this, and then engaging with the scribes of karma so that you're gaining the access to the insight. Right? To have the download of clarity. Finally, right? That's the beginning. It's like the aha moment of, oh my goodness, but who are you? How do you recognize yourself? Do you still recognize yourself as the victim to these karmic tags? No, you're going to reset that. As you gain the insight, you reset to a new connection, a new way of engaging, and we're going to do that in a specific way, because as you reset for connection and you start to call on the 12 core celestial bodies, the planets and Rahu and Ketu, suddenly they're like, thank you for including me in your reality. So many times we're always like engaging with the moon, and we love the cycles of the moon, right? But what about everybody else? And so we've kind of been ignoring them and really not understanding. So as we come to this place, it's important because in the eyes of the planets and stars, they look down, if you will, on the planet, and your aura becomes this holographic orb for them. And so the planets and the stars react to your specific vibrational output. And we know that that's within the context of your astrological cycle, right? And so that creates this vibrational emanation that starts to move out. And so you're always literally being puppeted. But in this case, as you reset, what we're doing is we're having you literally become the actual remedy for your astrological debilitations as a body of light. You are the remedy. We're going to support you coming to be a body of light, right? So the translation of your vibrational transmission to the planets are benevolent. It's like, hello, I'm here. I want to work with you. I want to become the celestial ambassador. And we see that, think about this, the body of light and what it is. It's not just your physical body with your light body. It's not just your physical body, your aura, and your light body. It is, the body of light is your divine artful expression, the entirety of your expression as light. So as the light moves through all the levels of your being, it's as if you are a body of work within yourself, just like an artist has their body of work. They have the collection. The body of light is a culmination of your work of art. You are the body of art. You see? You're the artist, right? And so I want you to really think about all of the healing work that you've done because of the things that have happened to you. The unfortunate things, the nasty things, all of that. Those are part of your art. And you now are going to be very supported, because what we're going to do is we're going to call forth the Pleiadian goddesses. The Pleiadian goddesses are the liaison between you and the planets, right? And it's so beautiful. I want you to think about them, because they're friends with both sides. And many, many years ago, I had an experience with the Pleiadian goddesses where they actually took me up to the platform, beautiful crystal platform, and I saw them sitting on their thrones. And I recognized myself as one, and I recognized myself as an emissary that was sent down to planet Earth. And they showed me, and after that I continued to have many downloads that I channeled and wrote down. And it was pretty wild, because sometimes I didn't have control of when they would visit me, and start to bring that light in. And I want you to get a sense that the Pleiadians are truly requesting us to become these bodies of light. We call them light workers, but imagine that light workers doesn't begin to touch on you as a body of light, right? Now, coming into that place, we start to see that as we call on the Pleiadian goddesses, we can actually reduce the intensity. So let's bring that down into the physical, because what we're going to be doing in the Body of Light workshop is we're actually focusing in on however the intensity of the karma impacts you. Let's say you have chronic headaches. Let's say you get ocular migraines, right? If we were to reduce the intensity of that headache, even by 50%, what relief would that bring you? Huge, right? For those of you that have ever had them, you lose sight, and it's like you're so disoriented. It's a pain like it can't even be described, right? But start to think about even your relationships, where maybe you always get into some kind of argument with someone in your family. What would happen if we could reduce that karma that you have with that person? How could you start to engage in new ways? How could you start to bring peace about? How could you start to bring kindness, gentleness into your world? We start to look at the challenges that you might have with your clairs, with your intuition, with your connection with the divine. And sometimes we get riled up, don't we? Because it's like, you get so frustrated. Why can't I see? Why is the universe not helping me with my clairvoyance? Well, what if we actually could reduce that level in which you would react and instead bring you to that place, like Sophie was saying earlier, to a state of presence? Because when I work with people with their intuition and their clairs, they don't even recognize they're doing it when they're doing it. I have to point it out to them. You just did it. It just happened, right? But you weren't aware. And so the Pleiadian goddesses are going to come in. We're going to actually use Metatron's cube. For those of you that have ever been in the presence of Pleiadian goddesses and the starlight energy with Metatron's cube, it is like the most beautiful vibrational cosmic song you've ever experienced, ever heard, ever felt. It's like a glorious dance of light penetrating your body and lifting you up. And Metatron's cube works because Archangel Metatron really is the archangel of the future. And so here we're talking about your future lifeline. We're talking about what is preventing you in this moment. What are the situations, the everyday pains that you might be experiencing? How do we shift that, reduce the intensity, create you as the remedy? Do you see? You are the remedy. All right? So we're going to literally be going in, and we are going to utilize the power of Metatron's cube to do the clearing of any residual energy. We're literally neutralizing the karmic tags, disentangling you, right? And I'm getting so excited, I'm talking over myself. but, right? I'm so thrilled to be offering this to you, because as we do this, Metatron's cube goes very deep into the body. And we are literally going to start to work on the planetary streams and the vibrations that are actually within the body. So just as Sophie was talking about these strings of being puppeted, well, guess what? It's a reflection of what is happening in the body. The meridians are actually strings that connect the spirit acupuncture points that are points within your body that hold the power of spirit, that bring spirit into your body as life force. So if you have some kind of physical ailment, physical condition, physical disorder, Metatron's cube is going to go in. We're going to start to work at those spirit acupoints and the meridians, the strings, if you will, where karma plays out and impacts the collaterals and also the organs of the body. So very, very deep work. And then we're going to infuse with the Palladian starlight. And when we infuse, we're doing an upgrade. We have to literally upgrade. It's like a resurrection of your power, of the truth of you. But we're also strengthening the cells. We're clarifying your energetic system to be able to receive and hold the celestial energy. We can't just say, ooh, you're a body of light, right? Like, go be a body of light. This is a process that was shown and revealed. And so very systematically, I loved that word, Sophie. Now, we're also going to amplify your body of light, right? So, of course, you're going to be assimilating, but imagine when we amplify, it's like a boost. Okay? It's like if you've ever heard someone say something and they had no power behind their words and it just fell flat, versus somebody that said something where it was like, ooh, I got chills. Like what they said, the vibration behind it. That's what we want for you. We want you to be able to amplify the energy of body of light and have a transmission that literally is sending a love letter to the celestial bodies. Okay? You're embodying the light expression, using the sacred geometry within Metatron's cube. And then we dance, we celebrate. You become this beautiful, entrained mandala, the celestial mandala, right? And like you are literally dancing in the cosmic dimensions with the planets as one of them. You're going to have your own Wise One team. You're going to have the Palladian sisters, and you're going to have your beings that you resonate with that have been in the cosmos, that have been there, some of them waiting for you to acknowledge who you are. So this is a way to support you generously, but also to bring you into the family of the ancient ones that live in the celestial realms. The secrets of the universe are bestowed upon you then. They're shared with you because you're in that experience, and you level up into owning your sovereignty. Okay? So that's what we're actually doing, and we're calling that Body of Light Workshop. Okay? It's much more than Body of Light Workshop, isn't it? It is alive. It's alive. So yes, it is brilliant. So we invite you to sign up for that, to Body of Light Workshop, and to actually really be a part of this. right, Sophie? I mean, this really helps us support the collective evolution, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, I was hoping that we could cover this aspect because we've talked a lot about us as individuals and we've highlighted tremendous benefits, but there's even more to it because this shift from being a puppet of the planets and the stars into dancing with them, with our body of light, it has massive consequences for the collective. And I want to highlight 3 of them that are most significant. I'm sure there are many others. I'm sure some have not revealed themselves yet, and we will discover them as we all step into this. But let me mention these 3. One is that there is a shift from the old paradigm of history repeating itself through the combination of individual experiences of karmic entanglements in which all we do is just repeating, being in loops and patterns, right? Shifting into a new paradigm of evolution by bringing higher consciousness in presence, this element of karma in which there is choice, there is freedom. So now as we do that collectively, how does that impact the collective, right? It's a paradigm shift. So that's number 1, and it is massive. Number 2, as a result of this new paradigm, humanity can welcome the cosmic intensity. We can say we are in a period of cosmic intensity, and it's probably not going to end very soon. So we can welcome the cosmic intensity as a greater opportunity for accelerated evolution. Instead of resisting it or just looking forward for when it is going to end. When is this going to end? Well, really riding the wave of accelerated evolution. So I see this as massive as well. And right, the third is really embracing galactic consciousness. In the old paradigm of being celestial puppets, there's a very top-down perception, right? It's us puppets on Earth versus them, the puppet masters in the cosmos, driving us through our karma, and we're just these puppets, right? Well, when we get off the hook and we enter the dance with the celestial bodies and become one of them with our body of light, appointed to the Earth as ambassadors, it facilitates a greater and easier conscious access to our galactic family, our galactic origins, our star or stars of origin. It is even, I would say, beyond galactic consciousness, it is galactic integration. We become one of the family, rather we even reclaim our place as one of the galactic family. You know, I get chills in my head as I say that. And of course, this facilitates our conscious connections and communications and collaborations with these galactic families, stars of origin that so many of us have so longed for. So this will be another massive benefit.
I could actually start to feel that internally, that you were speaking and my body started to engage with what you were saying. It was bringing possibility into my DNA, right? There was something that you were calling forth, calling my body to, yes, get on board with this. So that was interesting, an internalization of a request. It's almost like you're requesting us to presence ourselves in a new way. So, yes, well, thank you. Anything else, Sophie, that you wanted to make as a point there before you go into doing more readings?
These are my big enough. Big points already. I'm looking forward for more to reveal itself, and but I perceived like, wow,
Wonderful.
this is we are talking individual, but this is what it's gonna bring for the whole collective. So I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What a contribution. What a contribution.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So we welcome you in Body of Light Workshop. Yes, yes, yes. Join us. Join us. So now, Sophie, I'm going to let you take the controls.
Yeah.
And yes, blessings to everyone. And we want you to really get the sense of possibility here. What would it be like literally walking on this planet as a celestial ambassador, as the embodiment of body of light, and to be your own remedy, right? To allow yourself to present yourself to the wonders of the wisdom of the universe. So, yes. Okay. Well, Sophie, take it away. Thank you, everyone. Such a pleasure.
Thank you, Christel.
And I'll be holding space for all these readings. Beautiful.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to go back to the live callers and I'll go back to the Q&A in a moment. Let's go to web call Harlingen, George.
Hi.
Hi, George. Welcome.
Yes, I appreciate both you girls.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want a reading, George?
Yes. What are the karmic entanglements that are stopping me from expressing my truth?
Yeah. Well, let's see where they are attached in your aura. Okay. Upper part of your power center, just below the rib, where the rib cage ends, and they create a layer there that has two effects. One is that it's pressing your power center down and it's putting pressure on your power center. So it's constricting your power. Also, your power center is busy resisting this pressure instead of being busy offering you power, right? So it's totally disrupting your power center. That's one effect. The other one, with this horizontal thick layer that it creates, it tends to disconnect your heart from your power center and preventing their good communication, their good collaboration. So your power center is depleted from the love of your heart, and your heart is depleted from the power of your power center, and they're on their own instead of being together in this. Okay, so that's how it plays out for you, George. Now I get a tear in my eye. Yeah. Your being wants this to be resolved, and for you to reclaim your power and embrace it fully. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, George. Blessings. All right. Blessings. Okay. We are going to Chicago. Let me see. Web call Tatiana. Unmuting you now. Hello? Hello, Tatiana. Okay, I cannot hear you well. You're coming very kind of muffled on the line, so I'm going to mute you, but I'm going to give you the reading, okay? I can see you're there. We can hear you're there, so I'm going to do the reading for you, okay? So tuning in with you, Tatiana. Let's see where... Okay, for you, Tatiana, it's grabbing your root chakra, the end of your spine, really literally grabbing it and pulling the end of your spine backwards and downwards and getting you off your feet, getting you very ungrounded. Now it results as we can't hear you on the line. It's like your presence is not present, right? It's ungrounding you, pulling you out of your groundedness and disturbing your root from allowing you to have a solid foundation, which brings a sense of solid and healthy sense of safety and security. All right. So that's for you, Tatiana. Thank you and blessings to you. All right. We are going to St. Helen, Michigan with a web call with Kathy. I'm unmuting you now, Kathy.
Hello.
Hello,
Sophie.
Kathy. Welcome. Yes, absolutely.
Hi. All right. So where is the karmic entanglements in my aura?
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Tuning in with you, Kathy. All right, grabbing your heart center at the very center of your chest. Yeah. Grabbing the very center and squeezing there. And at the same time I'm hearing it's saying and it's communicating to you, you're just a puppet. You're just a puppet. And squeezing your heart and implanting in you and just anchoring, repeating over and over again, you're just a puppet. You're just a puppet. So that's how it's where it's placed and how it's showing up for you. So how disempowering it is to your heart. Like your heart feels totally disempowered, despaired, desolated.
Wow.
Whew.
All the heart clearing I've done, and yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a whole new dimension. It's a whole new dimension of clearing, right? So.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Blessings. Thank you. Okay. All right. We are going to. Let me just click this. Okay. Going to Phoenix web call with Samir. Unmuting you now. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, Samir? Hello, Phoenix web call. Are you there? Can't hear you. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to Salem with Annie. I'm unmuting you now, Annie. Hello, Annie.
Hi, this is Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome,
Good.
Annie.
Hi. Good afternoon. I'm wanting to know about my karmic entanglement and what I can do to help heal it or clear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also going to your root chakra, wrapped around the end of your spine, like a tightly weaving around, like a knitting, right, around your root chakra. Now we could say, in a way, it looks like it's cozy, like your root chakra has a little sweater of its own, but it's actually not so cozy, and it's keeping your root chakra constrained and contained. And also it's separate in its own little ball. It's separate from the rest of the energy system. And well, the root chakra doesn't mind so much as much as the rest of your energy system minds, because it doesn't have the access to the root and to the solid foundation, the healthy sense of safety, security, right? So it's just, disconnecting your root from the rest. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Annie. Making it feel not so safe to be on the earth, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, I had to say this. Now, saying these words, your heart, it hurts your heart.
Yeah.
Because your heart loves this earth so much, and it hurts your heart that you can't feel safe on this beautiful planet. Wow. Yes, this had to come through.
True. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. You're welcome, Annie. Blessings.
Okay.
Oh, you asked how can you please join, please join. Like the clarity that just came through is really the calling of your higher self wants you to have the clarity of what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the clarity of what is the solution to it. The solution to it is what is offered here with this workshop. It is very timely for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Blessings. Thank
Blessings
you.
to you too.
Right. Thank you. It's been a lot of insights, a lot of concepts, new ideas, new perspectives. So really take a moment to breathe and take it all in. Let it all settle in and breathe. And allow your higher self to allow you to perceive the celestial puppeteering you have experienced so far in your life, being a puppet of the planets and the stars, being at the mercy of their every move, being a puppet of your karma, really, walking through it blindly and powerlessly. And get a sense of the karma drama that has been your experience. Get a sense of the possibility that there has to be another way. There has to be a higher way. Get a sense of the path of wisdom that is laid before you, whether or not you can already perceive it. Get a sense of your body of light calling you. Get a sense of the celestial bodies, the planets and stars inviting you to join the dance with them. And get a sense of your higher self orchestrating your path of evolution for your highest good and highest good of all. Notice it has led you to be here today. And breathe. And as my gift to you, I want to offer a power claiming key, a specially crafted mantra of the heart that will set your intention and have your higher self be in charge. So as you receive it, pay attention to the responses that you get in your mind, in your heart, sensations in your body. Really be in the experience of receiving it. And I'll repeat it a couple times to allow you to really absorb it, for its energy to settle in within you. Here is our power claiming key. Even if I don't know how, I intend to liberate myself from karma drama and fully embrace the wisdom path of my karma. And I ask to be guided and supported. Even if I don't know how, I intend to liberate myself from karma drama and fully embrace the wisdom path of my karma. And I ask to be guided and supported. And one more time, you're welcome to join me and claim it for yourself. Even if I don't know how, I intend to liberate myself from karma drama and fully embrace the wisdom path of my karma. And I ask to be guided and supported. And breathe. And to wrap up, before we close with gratitude, I invite you to get on board with us for the Body of Light Planetary Karma Clearing Workshop offered by Christel and myself, having you shift from being a puppet of the planets and the stars to dancing with them, becoming a celestial ambassador, embracing your body of light. It's going to be deep and profound and radically liberating and delightful and so expansive. Thank you for joining us in this masterclass. Thank you for your dedication to your evolution and the highest good of all. Gratitude to our higher selves and all the beings and energies in the higher realms. Of course, the planets and the stars and all the celestial beings who guide, support, and protect us in our journey through life and on the path of our soul's evolution. Gratitude to the divine. Thank you, and many blessings to you all.
Thank
Bye
you, Sophie.
Thank you,
Christel.
you.
Blessings, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.